Hello my preposterous purple perpetrators, and welcome to today's video. You know me as Condor, and today I am going to be doing part 2 of my watercolor journey. For today's palette, I have Landscape. I thought I already did this one. The one I already did was Forest. I don't have a video of me using the Forest palette, so maybe I'll go back and use it at some point. I did the swatch. I think I like this palette so far. It has all of the rainbow colors, if you count Ginger as orange. I don't really understand how this is exactly landscape, but I'll go with it. So now I will do the sketch. I'm probably just going to fast forward this part because it's the same character every time. Oh, and today instead of doing line art, I'm just going to use a pencil. Alright, so I've never actually used pencil with watercolors before, so I think I'm going to go over the sketch with a darker sketch just so that everything works effectively. Alright, I think I'm done with the sketch, so let's get into the painting. So I'm going to start out with figuring out where the light source is coming from. I think I saw a reference picture with the light coming like really intensely directly down, and I think I want to try doing something like that. It really shut off the facial structure really well, so I think I'll try that. I'm making this video kind of randomly. I did actually schedule this one, so I guess it's not super random, but I was working on my animation, and I was just so burnt out from it. And this is just a way to give me a bit of a break. August is busy for me, and I think I just need to settle into August, and then I'll be ready to go with the animation. I liked my last watercolor video because it was just really chilled out. I wasn't pressured to do anything super special or anything, and I could kind of just chill and paint. I think I'm gonna try and get some shadows in, which already feels like kind of crazy this early in the process. I'm starting on the shadows on the skin before I've done the flat colors anywhere else, but I just hope this will work. My art style doesn't have a very realistic, like, anatomy. It doesn't have very realistic anatomy. And so this, what I really liked about my reference picture, which I don't have right now, I should probably have my reference picture up, but what I really liked about it was the way you could see the bone structure in the face because of the way the light was hitting the face. And I thought it was really interesting, but with a less realistic art style, I don't know how this is going to turn out. The eyes were kind of like, it looks like a sculpture. They were like carved out in the face. This landscape palette, I have another, so I have 5 of these palettes. I have Floral, which I used last time, Forest, which you didn't get to see me use, and now Landscape, and I think I have Autumn, and it's either Classic or it's Essential. And this palette honestly looks like the Essential palette. It has all the rainbow colors, and it just has like everything you would need, so I'm not sure why this one is Landscape specifically, which I did say in the beginning, but what about this screams Landscape? I mean, it's been great so far. Like, I haven't had any issues, but I mean, I'm doing testing out these palettes so that I can see which ones are good to use for character drawings, because a lot of these are not character oriented. They're like landscape, which is meant for landscapes. But this one honestly doesn't seem like it's really meant for landscapes. It just seems pretty basic. So I'm not totally sure why this is landscape specific. I'm gonna use a paper towel just to get some of my paint off the paper. This paper I'm using is mixed media paper from a mixed media sketchbook. I've never used a mixed media sketchbook before, at least not knowingly, and so far it's been alright. I think when it comes to mixed media paper, it sometimes doesn't do watercolor paper very well. Like, you can put watercolors on it, but that doesn't mean the watercolors are going to look good.
Editor me here. That statement is true for any piece of paper.
I know with watercolors, the watercolors matter less and the paper matters more. And so mixed media paper is always just like, it's average, and so your watercolor doesn't always come out looking good. But the watercolor paper I do have that I think is nicer is like, one, really big, and also it's not in a sketchbook. You have to tear out the pages. And I like my sketchbooks, but you can't really... I have trouble finding sketchbooks with really good watercolor paper. So this'll do. I'm gonna ask you all a question. What is the hardest part on a character for you to draw? Because for me, I had a lot of trouble for a long time making characters look like straight at the viewer. It was hard for me. They always looked either cross-eyed or like Sid the Sloth. And I didn't really know how to fix that for a long time. I think I've gotten to fixing that, but sometimes they can look like scary. I think that was another problem I had, was that they looked like they were gonna attack you or something. I think the key is to not make them dead straight in the middle of the eye. You want to inset them a little bit, like inwards, but not so inwards that they're cross-eyed. This watercolor right now is very messy. I'm using just a standard basic brush, and I probably should be using a smaller brush than this, but I got these like professional artist brushes, and I hate them so much. Like, they're supposed to be better. I'm giving Walter pink eye. Oh my god. They're supposed to look and feel better, and I think that's my problem with professional artist supplies. Sometimes it's very good, and sometimes it's like, this is not meant for everyone, so don't advertise it as for everyone. Because that was a problem I had when I was younger and more of a beginner artist. I struggled with using certain art supplies, and I thought I was bad because art supplies was like made for everyone. You're not bad. The art supplies just might not be made for you. You might just like different things. So I'm using this very basic brush instead of my like $25 brushes. I still want to get use out of my $25 brushes. I think one of my problems is that they, on one side, there will be like little stringy brush bits, and I just don't, I'm not a fan. I think my lighting looks bad. I'm gonna try and change this. Okay, I think that's better. I can't really tell. It's closer. You can see more of what I'm doing, I hope. The thing is, I record my videos in selfie mode on a tripod, so, they're upside down with the way I'm looking at them, and then I will, in my editing app, I rotate the video, but for me, they're upside down, so I can't always tell if something will look good until I'm editing it. Let's see, I want to do something else. I don't want to do the skin anymore, I'd say, as I continue doing the face and nothing else. I want to make the eyes darker without making them look terrible and scary and bad and the worst thing ever. Is it thundering outside? I have somewhere to be, so I can't take super long on this. artwork. I'm going to the library at like 2:30 and I'm filming this at like 1:30. And an hour may seem like a lot of time to get ready, but I need a lot of time to get ready. I need to mentally prepare myself for going somewhere, and then I just need time. I need to feel prepared. I need to feel ready. And now that I'm doing this, my art takes like 30 minutes, so math. If I'm doing this at 1:30 and then this takes 30 minutes, then that's like we go till 2, and then I have like 30 minutes to wait until I go to the library. 30 minutes. I usually give myself more time than I need, though. I usually will give myself like 30 minutes and then I'm just waiting around for 30 minutes, so maybe this is a good thing. Exposure therapy? I don't know. Oh no. Pink eye again. That's the problem with characters with red eyes. It's really easy to give them pink eye if you just do something a little bit wrong. The problem is I'm picking up the paint where I don't want to, but then I'm like, I put the paint down and it's too dark. Is it raining? It was not supposed to rain today. It was supposed to be like warm and sunny and sleigh. And now it's raining. I actually really like the rain. I know not everyone likes the rain. The rain and we go together. Let's see. I'm trying to color theory and hopefully it works, but I don't know. So, okay. Well, red and green are supposed to make brown. That didn't really work though. Let's see. Maybe if I put red on top. Boop, boop. I should really wait for my watercolors to dry. I want to get a hairdryer so that I can dry them super fast, but I don't have one, so I'm just struggling on right now. Boop. Okay, I'm gonna take a break from the eyes, let them dry, and hopefully he'll stop looking psychopathic somewhere in the process. I think his face needs more yellow. Or marigold. What's this called? Marigold. Also, this color right here is called candy pink. That's the same color as, like, my nail, and my nails are not candy pink. That's red. I refuse. Do you like my nails? I had to redo them, like, twice. I had to redo this nail, like, 4 times, and it doesn't even look different than my thumbnail. It doesn't look as different as I wanted it to. Alright, should I do the hair? I'm gonna do the eyebrows really quick so I don't forget. I tend to forget the eyebrows, and then I go back and look at it and I'm like, oh god, the eyebrows. Okay, let's do the hair. I think I wanna, okay. Do I want to do color theory? Do I want to be that guy? Maybe I'll try the teal, because teal... In a computer, I've mentioned this before, I think it was my inverted colors video. Computerized, opposite colors are different than, like, what we would think of on a color wheel. Like, on a color wheel, red and green are opposites, but usually in a computer, that's not the case. It's, more like red and, teal that are opposites. Hi, so my phone stopped recording and I didn't notice, and I don't remember what I was saying. I'm slowly running out of storage on my phone, so I have to hurry this up. Okay, let's go. I think I was saying, I might be repeating myself, but I think I was saying that, green and red, when you mix them together, sometimes come out browner and muddier than you want. So it can be good to use teal, because teal is closer to red on the color wheel, because it's, it goes red, purple, blue, and teal is close to blue. It still has the green, though, the green, like, aspect to it to make it, like, opposite enough, I guess.
Right, so the pre-edited footage for the video ended up being double my normal video length. So I'm going to have to cap it off here, and there will be a part 2 pretty soon, hopefully. Right, so that is going to be the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you preposterous purple perpetrators next time. Goodbye!